Hey you guys, welcome to the YouTube channel. I'm Allie Wilkins. So first of all, thanks for being here. If you're here for the first time, welcome. I'm Allie. What do? I do a lot of different things. I work in the Akashic Records. Ultimately, I feel like I'm really a channel to activate your soul blueprint within you and help you clear away all of the limiting beliefs and just like muck that's sitting on top of your soul, blocking that magic from being expressed in every single area of your life. So I do that in a lot of ways. I have a book called Sacred Wealth. I work with people one-on-one. I do Akashic record readings. I do group masterminds. I do retreats. So lots of ways I do that. But I'm Allie. Welcome to my YouTube page. If you're here again, thank you so much for continuing to watch these videos. And I just hope that they really support you. That's the intention. So today I wanted to just share this really profound yet like obvious message that came through in a reading this morning that I had in the Akashic Records with someone. And right now it feels like there's this very potent energy of like, what are we choosing in terms of our like internally? What are we choosing? What are we choosing in terms of our thoughts, in terms of the way we see the world, in terms of where we're choosing to let ourselves go? And every one of you watching already knows that our thoughts create our reality, our thoughts create our experience. But really, it's our energy. Our energy is what is attracting things to us. The thoughts are just sort of like the byproduct that comes from our energy. So they can give us insight into what we're thinking, where we're going to be going, and what we're going to be calling in. So, of course, all of us have moods and stuff like that. But I'm going to go into the message. So the message was that we are each individually our own energetic technicians, that this is one of the most important jobs we'll ever have in our whole life, and it will have the most impact. And this is a full-time job for your entire life. It never disappears. This is like one of the jobs that comes along with being human. Like, just so you know, in the fine print, you are responsible for your frequency. Nobody else can adjust your frequency. Even if I'm sitting next to someone here and I love them more than anything in the world, I cannot shift their frequency for them. So it's our job to be so vigilant about where our frequency is and where our energy is. And one of the things that I thought was so profound that came through in this session, and this is the cool part about like being a facilitator of the records, because I get the best tips and guidance as I'm sharing for other people. Like, so much of, we're all so similar. That's the thing. We're all so similar. So anyways, I hope that this resonates for you too, because it for sure did for me. And the guides were saying the place that we get stuck is we make all of our emotions and all of our moods personal. We attach our mood to something that's happened in our life. We attach how we're feeling to circumstances that are going on in our life, which from a very low vibrational human perspective, that's what we've been taught to do. Oh, this client canceled, so now I don't have money for this. Or so I'm going to be upset about that, or feel in scarcity because of that. Or this person broke up with me, so I'm going to feel sad about that. And then I'm going to, we attach meaning to so many of our moods and emotions. And they were just saying, look at your moods and emotions objectively. Whatever energy field you're swimming in, look at it objectively. So they were like, literally, like, you're speaking with this new client, which is really cool. She's from Korea. I'm like, that's so cool. Clients are starting to come in from YouTube. And I'm like, yes, this is so cool. I get to meet people that I wouldn't have ever met, probably from Instagram. So, or in my own world. So anyways, they were saying, like, you're looking at this client and what's going on in her space. You've never met her before. You don't have any mutual friends. Like, there's not very much connection between the two of you other than she found you on YouTube, right? So you can look at her really objectively. You're not going to be like getting really involved in the emotions of her because you're so far away from her personal experience. And you could think about this too, like a family member or something, you might be a little bit more invested in their experience of what's going on, but someone that you don't know, and of course I like care about her experience, that's not what I'm trying to say, but we can remain objective. So how can we do that? Just like a doctor can trains themselves to be able to remain objective when they're delivering a diagnosis about something to a patient as much as possible. So how can we look at our own moods objectively, not identifying with them, not assigning meaning to them? Oh, I feel sad because this person did this, or oh, I feel angry because he did that over here when I, how can we not be so subjective and identify with our emotions, because that makes them stick around longer? And so some people might argue with what I'm saying in terms of like, well, we have to feel our emotions. I agree with that. And what if, this is just a thought, what if we were staying in the present moment so much that we didn't feel like we really needed to heal all these things? Like, oh, I'm still, like, you guys, I broke up with a long-term partner, almost a decade, 3 years ago. And there's still stuff that's like, oh, well, you maybe should heal this. It's like, I'm going to be 75 saying that. So sometimes I think that if we're just sitting in the present moment so often, like, we don't feel the need to always have to be constantly healing stuff. What if we were healed in this exact precise moment and all we had to do was choose to vibrate at a higher frequency? Now, I also realize as I'm saying this, that might sound very like encouraging to suppress your emotions, to suppress your feelings. That's not what I'm saying. I'm saying when something comes up, feel it, but don't assign meaning to it. Allow the emotion to come in, feel it in your body, and then allow it to move. And really what the crux of the message was with a specific client, but I think this applies to all humans, which is why I'm sharing it. I usually don't share like personal stuff that comes through in the records. The most important thing is that whatever we are around, whatever is in our space, we are going to attune to that energy. Especially, I know I have a lot of projectors who watch me because I'm a projector and a fire sign, but if you're a projector, you are much more open and you are intaking energy at a different rate than other people are. So listen to that 25 times more if you're a projector. Whatever energy is around us, whoever is around us, their energetic frequency, their thought processes, the things that they say, even the music you're listening to, the TV shows you're watching, all of that stuff is informing our reality. So it is so vitally important for us to be inserting higher frequency things in our field all the time. So many of you probably listen to high frequency music. And like, honestly, before Spotify, what was even before Spotify? iTunes, and you had to pay 99 cents for everything. Like, before Spotify, we didn't really have access, maybe on YouTube, I guess, we didn't have access to binaural beats, or there wasn't like, you couldn't really find popular music that was sacred in origin, that was speaking positive affirmations. Like, it wasn't nearly as popular. Anyway, now we have so much access to that. And when you listen to that sort of music, you notice a huge difference between the top 40 hits and that. If I'm feeling anxious, stressed, like my nervous system's going, I'm not going to listen to top 40 music. I'm going to turn on like the Miracle of Love binaural beats, or like angelic frequencies, because that is actually going to deeply support me. So the message was really make sure that throughout your day, every single day, you are tuning into higher frequency messages. Now, this could be, we have so much access to this, even that's free. On YouTube, there's so much free music that's binaural beats, high frequency music, even just like music with positive intention. You can listen to books on audiobook, or reading books that are of a high vibration. You can listen to things like Esther Hicks, or listen to recording yourself saying affirmations that are meaningful for you, listening to those on repeat, reading lists of affirmations, putting yourself in events and in spaces and around people who naturally have a really optimistic view of life, who encourage and support your dreams and your goals. All these things are so important. And some of them, it can be easy to slide off, like, oh, I'm getting really busy, so I haven't done these different practices. And I guarantee when you slow down on that, you'll start noticing sometimes your mindset will start sliding, or sometimes then the circumstances in your life will become louder than what it is you're tuning into to create. So I just felt like this was such a good reminder, and at a really pivotal time. Not only are we in the beginning of a new year where we're, there's just this fresh energy, even if a lot of us aren't tuning in with necessarily creating huge new goals and all that stuff, but we can be fine tuning our mindset. We can be fine tuning the way that we think, because the way we think is what we are creating in the future. That's what our life is going to be. If you don't believe that, well, I think everyone watching this probably believes that because you're on my channel. But if you don't believe that, that's an invitation for you to find examples of people who create great change from situations that maybe look unchangeable. And I can say in my own life, so many things in my life today were created strictly because I used certain affirmations. I saw myself doing certain things, and I believed more than the circumstances around me promised. And I put myself in situations where everyone around me believed me that that was more than possible for me, or a lot of the people around me. I spent most of my time with those people. And then if there's other people in your life that you feel like you still have to engage with in some way, like, for example, this could be your boss or something, like you're at your job that you love, but your boss sucks. So what you could do in that sort of situation is, before you go in for meetings with your boss, or before you engage with your boss, listen to high frequency music, put your headphones in at work, or afterwards, like, don't stay in that frequency. And so the message that we're all our own energetic technicians is, like, it is our job to sort of do an audit, like, where am I off balance? What part of my mindset is being triggered right now? And what is the result of that trigger? Where is my mind going that's off the path of what I've designated that I really truly desire? And it's just this simple clicking back in over and over and over and over and over and over again. And then before you know it, your frequency is naturally higher. And then before you know it, your frequency is naturally higher again. So anyways, this is just a short little message for today, but I feel like it's really timely in this specific month, January 2023. But whenever you're finding it, it's the perfect timing for you too, because we always need this message, right? We are responsible for our energy. No one else is. No one else can adjust your field. Even if they're the most talented facilitator in the world, they can shift your energy for a little bit, but when you go home, when you're on your own, when that thing happens and they're not there necessarily to hold your hand, that's when you have to be the, like, conductor. You have to be the one, like, all right, what's going on in the body today? not from a personalized perspective. What's going on in this body of my what's going on in my bodysuit today? Where is their energy? Where is their, like, foreign invasion of gnarly ass energy coming in that needs to be removed? What's the energy that we can bring in to help dissolve that, to help remove that from the body? Do we need to move the body? Do we need to say affirmations? Do we need to visualize the things that we truly desire? Do we need to cry for an hour? Do we need to go for a walk? Like, what are the things that can help support this energy moving out of the body and bringing something new and powerful in? Do we need to do an energy coding or energy restructuring? Do those all the time in the Akashic Records. So anyways, that's the message I wanted to say today that I thought was really powerful. Please let me know in the comments if it was helpful for you too. And if you ever desire, most of my work is based in the Akashic Records and everything that I'm doing. However, I also offer one-on-one Akashic Record sessions, and you can get one session or you can get 3 sessions that you can use over a year. That's my favorite to work with people multiple times in the records, because multiple times per year, you're going to have different themes going on. And so we can spend more time together. I'll get to know your story and what's going on in your space more. And you save some money when you get 3 sessions at once. Anyway, I do those sessions when we really look at your soul blueprint, what's going on in your field right now. And you can ask any questions you'd like. And basically, what I'm doing is tuning in with your specific soul overlight, you could say that, your specific guides, your ancestors if they want to come through, or different energies that have messages for you that will be really supportive in connection to your soul. So these readings are really, really powerful for your soul path. And there's a million other things that can happen in Akashic record readings. Like I was saying, energy restructuring, shifting some of your quantum structure so that it's removing blockages, removing things like that that are causing you pain or causing issues, looking at past life things that have occurred that help you understand certain dynamics with other people, with behaviors, with patterns, or if you're just curious, like there's that too. Yeah, and then just messages to support you with what you're doing right now. Like, what are the next steps that are most supportive for you? What do you need to be doing in this moment to get you to that next step? And then, of course, the $1 million question, what is your soul mission? And usually I can see some with some specificity, but usually they'll give me an overarching soul blueprint archetype. And then I'll see more in relation to how that archetype is playing out throughout your life. Your soul mission will never be given to you by anyone. So if anyone says that they can give that to you, it's not necessarily accurate, because in my belief system, or at least my guides won't give it to me, because why would they deliver something so powerful to you? That's the whole part of our journey. We're going on this soul path and we find out more about our soul mission the further that we go on that soul path. So why would they ever give you the like diamond at the end of the path when you're at the beginning? And that's the whole joy. That's the whole, like, when we discover what our soul mission is, it has to unlock within us. No one can tell you that. It's not the same thing. So just a quick example, because I know someone's probably asking a question about this. Like, I give the example about Elon Musk. If you looked at his soul blueprint, his blueprint archetype would probably be an innovator and a visionary in the realms of blending humanity and technology together. However, no one would say his soul mission is creating PayPal. That man, first of all, he's probably going to do so much more in the rest of his life. He's already created PayPal, Tesla, and SpaceX, and probably other stuff that I'm unaware of. Those are, I mean, at least PayPal and Tesla, I don't really know very much about SpaceX. Both of those revolutionized two separate industries. So if he were going to someone like me, like, what's my soul mission? I could never say, well, you're going to create these different companies that totally revolutionize this. Like, that had to innately come from his own passion, curiosity, expression, like his own inner artist. That had to come from him. If I had said, you're going to create this payment solution, that would have ruined all the fun. So I don't think your guides will ever give you like, here's a specific thing. Also, it will continue to evolve over time as humanity evolves. So it's not just one thing. I do think we have an overarching archetype though, and that's what I get into with you. And we look at the different paths or different routes. And if you have questions about it, you can ask those specifically. And usually they'll answer those quite deeply. So anyway, if you want to book one of those sessions, you always get a discount from booking on YouTube. So I think that the coupon code is literally just YouTube in all caps. So you can go to my website, aliwilkins.com, click the Akashic Records thing. I'll also put the link in the comments. And you can pick your time that you want to have a session there. And if you want to just have a session, like if the times don't work for you, I can also just do a pre-recorded one for you and send that to you via email. So yeah, that's it. If you want more information about that, feel free to email me, aliwilkinsabundance@gmail.com. That's all. If you enjoyed this little update, please give the video a thumbs up. Please leave a comment and let me know that it was helpful or that it touched you in some way. And of course, if you're not subscribed to the channel yet, please subscribe so you can keep getting access to all these wonderful, amazing, phenomenal videos. Anyways, I hope you guys have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will see you next Monday. New videos come out every Monday on my channel. All right, bye guys.